Hello, hello. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Oh my goodness. Let's see.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I knew it was my end. I always do that, but anyway.
Oh my goodness. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Firstly, I apologize. My laptop is acting up.
No, that's okay. We can still see you. You're audible, so that's good.
Okay. How are you, Amanda?
I'm good. Oh my gosh, finally. I've been waiting for this day. Finally. This is so exciting. Thank you so much.
I'm excited. I'm really honored that you guys actually invited me.
Yeah.
And I'm just so chuffed.
Thank you. And actually, thank you for supporting the radio station, because even since I joined After5Radio, you were on board. And I was like, I need to chill with this guy. I need to hang out with Peter. So thank you.
It's about time. It's about time.
It is, exactly. Anyway, we don't have much time, and I had a gazillion questions. We'll try and do that real quick. I got you.
Gazillion questions. I'm already drinking some water.
Exactly. Well, the thing is, because Peter, I've been following you for the past 2 years. I've been following your journey and I was like, oh my gosh, come on, Andy, I need to chill with Peter. We need to hang out with him. We need to get to find out a lot more things. And remember, I think when I got in touch with you recently, I was like, okay, are you now on Spotify? Because I was like, why doesn't it have Spotify? Oh, Andy, I am so like honored.
I apologize about that. A lot of people have been DMing me over the last year. Like, where's Batam Soro? Where's No Contender? Where are the old jams? Why is this music not on Spotify?
Of all the
places. My fault.
But you know what? We appreciate it. Everything happens at the right time. That's what I can say. And we love it. We're enjoying it. And we're adding on to the numbers because we're playing every day.
Come on. It's law of numbers, right?
Exactly, absolutely. Anyway, let's greet our viewers and listeners here. Welcome to After5Radio, your go-to online radio station dedicated to celebrating Africans in the diaspora. I am your host, aka the Hype Lady, Miss Tando Amy, coming to you live all the way from Canada. Today, I am truly honored to be having a conversation with an exceptionally talented artist who is Zimbabwean-born, Texas-based singer, songwriter, and producer. Hey! I'm like, okay, I have questions on that one too. But anyway, welcome again.
Bring them on.
Right. So to start off, can you tell us a bit about your journey growing up in Zimbabwe and how you ended up in Texas?
Yeah, born in Mutare.
Oh.
Yes. You know what I mean?
You're sounding like Andy right now.
Like Andy, yeah. Funny fact is, I went to school with Andy. We were both at Hartsville High School. Yes. Andy's my dude.
He's your dude.
But yeah, so grew up in Mutare. At the age of 18, decided to come to America for school. So did the whole, going to college kind of thing, and then after I graduated, started working professionally in the IT space. But then music had always been like a passion of mine, right? Even I remember my first song I wrote when I was 13, and just the journey itself of getting to a place where you grew up in a household where your older brothers are really well accomplished and whatever, and then here comes Peter. He wants to be a rock star, right? So the challenge.
And this is where, okay, now I know you have brothers. Does it mean you're the baby of the
I'm
family?
the baby. I'm the baby. I'm the last of
Because
3 boys.
we get it. We get it. We're the dreamers. I get it. There you go.
You know what I mean? And so I've always loved music. I even at Hartzell, I used to be in the choirs. I used to lead scripture union, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, believe it or not, I was the president of the scripture union at Hartzell.
Oh, check you out. Okay, so why aren't you writing gospel? Okay, I know you wrote gospel music. Anyway, like I said.
There are questions, yeah, questions. So I think I startled a couple of people when I started the Madame Soros and No Contenders, the people who knew me from back in the day. But if you really look at my journey and listen to the music, I love to express myself, whether it's from a love perspective, whether it's from my spiritual side, which we'll talk about as well, because I've got a couple of tracks and collabos that I can't necessarily talk about right now. But there's music I've actually working on a gospel group. We'll talk about it. So yeah. So there's stuff in the pipeline. I've already written about 6 tracks for that album. And so the gospel side is there. But anyway, came over here and then I just started really taking some professional classes in music production, all of that good stuff. And then just started releasing material. And so I think I caught waves, really good waves, when I released Madame Soro. Madame Soro was the first track that really went viral. And then people started asking questions like, who's this guy? Who's this Thulani guy? Who's this Thulani guy? And then from there, I released that 2016 album. And then I took a little hiatus. Life was lifing.
Like, I get you. They didn't,
especially out here in the diaspora.
Exactly.
Out here in the diaspora, it is challenging. And it's really tough to connect with people back home, especially when you're so far away.
The disconnect.
So it's like doing the best you can. And trying to overcome those obstacles where you can't necessarily touch the people you're singing the music for, right? All of that stuff. So it's been a journey, but I'm excited with this new set of music that I'm releasing. I think it's showing growth. Lyrically, sonically, and just. I'm expressing myself a little bit more and being personal, and bringing the world into my personal space. So.
Right. Oh gosh. Okay. If anything, you know what, Peter? Because everything that you've touched on is everything that I had questions on for you. And if I can ask in the public space that if we don't get to finish this, can we have a part 2? Because honestly, there's a lot, like even following your journey and, following your journey, when I got to know your music, I sat down and said, Andy, and I even posted saying, oh my gosh, new music. And I was like, no. And then I went on YouTube, I was like, 2016, what? Right? When I got into Contender, I was like, no, you're lying. This cannot be. So where was this person, or what is he doing? What is it? And then you were quiet for quite a bit, and then you started coming back, right? Yeah. And then as soon as I was like, dude, like, how come we don't have anything on Spotify, right? And then now when I saw you with the new track, right, was there, and I was like, okay, Andy, we need to sit down with Peter again. You need to. I'm like, I am so persistent, Peter. Even if it takes years, this has been 2 years trying to get to chill with you, right? So if anything, everything you've touched, because I feel like it's going to help a lot of people. And this is why we have, After5 Radio, because there's a disconnect, right, between people in the diaspora, and at the same time, you still want to maintain your roots and also sing or encourage or inspire, people from back home at the same time, right? So there's a lot to cover, So we'll figure the part 2 if we don't get through everything.
I'm always available.
Absolutely.
For y'all, I'm available. For a part 2, I'm always available.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So with that being said, though, you mentioned also that you looked up to your brothers who were so ambitious, successful, and out here you want to be a rock star. So, but then again, what inspired you to get into music instead? Because the arts are for, well, of course, the creators and whatever, and then you have some older people that you look up to, or older people who have accomplished so much. And coming from where we come from, and generations too played a part, where je ma guitare.
Yeah. The word magitari.
Exactly.
Peter Funga's magitari.
Exactly. And it's like, really, you're a disgrace to the family per se, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have no ambition, you have no vision. Like, can you think of something better? So how did you navigate that? And besides that, when did you decide you want to pursue music more than anything?
Well, it sounds cliche, but music chose me. It's one of those things that I know deep inside. It's a gifting. It's a calling.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was at Hartsville High, a lot of people thought I was crazy because after we used to have the daily assembly. I don't know if you're in school.
Yeah, we used to have.
Yes. So after assembly, I would start having some type of chord progressions in my head.
Oh, wow.
Right? And then I wake up in the morning or whatever, and I'm hearing music that I've never heard before in my mind. Right? And then all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, this sounds so good. And so I'm walking by myself, right? And I'm bobbing my head. And people are looking at me like, this guy, they see it day one, day two, next week. I'm like, this guy's crazy. What's going on? Even some of my friends were like, Peter, what's going on in your head? I'm like, man, if only I could tell you, I'm receiving these downloads of these musical progressions. And so I believe it's a calling. And that's how it then ties into all the songwriting and production that I do. It's because every day I feel like it's a miracle when I write a song, because it's music that the world has never heard. And I have the privilege of receiving that download to then share with the world. So I take that with a lot of responsibility. And so I ran away from it for a long time. I ran away because obviously it wasn't something that in our society is looked highly upon, right? Music is for those people, whatever. That's how it's really.
I know. That's how it's perceived. That's true.
Seriously. And so when I came to the States, I didn't have the support. Not necessarily saying that my family didn't support. My family, obviously my brothers, blah, blah, they're very, very supportive.
The parents.
But financially, right?
Okay.
Yeah, financially, it wasn't there was also an aspect of, okay, you're an F1 student in the United States. You have to, maintain your grades. You have to be maintaining your credits for you to stay in college, right? So college was number one, right? Making sure that I was able to graduate from university. And so I then purposefully, after I started working, started saving money, putting it aside for studio time, for all of this stuff, because I had books and books of songs that I wasn't necessarily putting on wax. And so I just started, going to the studio and now starting to record. And then slowly and surely I started saving money, and then I built out my own studio. And so now I don't have to go to, recording studios and paying hourly rates. So whenever I wake up in the morning,
in the background, you're actually in the studio.
Yes. This is my studio. This is where I made Uzere. This is where I made all of these tracks that you hear. I write, I produce, I make the beats in here.
Yeah.
My creative zone. So in the middle of the night, I can wake up and I've got a song in my head. I can just switch on I get in the studio and I just write and do all of this stuff. So yeah.
Oh my
I think music chose me, and to be bold, I had to be courageous enough.
Yeah.
Even against what some other family members would have thought, like, why are you doing music? And even now releasing videos, I had some of these conversations. Some aunts, some uncles saying, "Hey, go, Yeah.
And then also going to your family, to your parents, saying, "Kuti, cool. How far that Thulani can
Because Zirumbuya so famba stay. Zirumba stay.
Jema guitar. I don't like that word. Jema guitar.
I do not. I do not.
Oh my God. So I am actually happy that you didn't give up. I am happy that you kept on going, because sometimes a calling is a calling. You can try and run away from it, but you cannot run away from it, unfortunately, especially if it's ordained for you, if you're ordained to do it. Right. So how did you not give up? Because I know some people, first of all, me and you are last borns and we know not to give up, unfortunately, but I see other people giving up. I see other people eventually blaming people for giving up.
Exactly.
Understand? Exactly what you're saying. Oh, but then nobody supported.
But see, that ties back to the whole calling thing. When you then realize that it is a calling, then some people can't see what you see. Right? So some people weren't given that gifting. And so even when they kind of give you advice that is quote unquote discouraging to you, they're doing it in love. Yeah. So they're coming with love to say, focus up on career, like whatever, right?
Yeah.
They're coming with love, but inside you just have to be true to yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most important thing, knowing who you are, having a personal definition that is really in tune with God. At least for me, I always look north, right?
Yeah.
I look up and above, and once I knew that this was a calling, I wasn't deterred.
Oh, that's awesome. And you know what? It just reminded me of the story of Joseph, right? Joseph was the one who was given the dream. Think about it.
Not the brothers, not the father, not the mother.
Brothers. Exactly. So they wouldn't understand. You understand? And also we need to start praying for destiny helpers. That's the one thing I've actually learned. Praying for destiny helpers, because
I like that.
People who are going to take you to the, no matter how, you understand, sometimes it hurts that you may not get that support from the very closest people that you expect, but God did it for a reason. God knew that if I give it to Thulani, yes, Thulani will run with it. And also another thing I always think of is the parable of the servants with the talents. What am I going to say how am I going to be answerable during Judgment Day? Yes. Amanda, I gave you this vision. I told you to do radio. I knew you could talk. I knew you could do this. So why were you sitting? Oh, Amanda, I knew you can act. I knew you can do this. Put yourself in that position. I knew I was going to take you to the next place. Why were you sitting? Holding on to that. I knew, Thulani, that you're a producer. You can write. You can write gospel. You can write this. You can produce for your own. You can do your own, create your own studio. Yeah. Why were you sitting on it?
Yeah. I gave you all of the ingredients. I gave you the passion. I gave you the talent. All of that stuff. I gave it to you.
Anyway, I'm getting into my preaching moment.
We're about to go to church right now. I feel like going to church. I feel like, hallelujah, I feel like going to church right now.
Because this whole dreams thing, actually, it wakes up a lot in me, to be honest, because I understand your journey. Because I've also experienced it, where you kind of have to say, you know what, I love you, but then at the same time, I love the giver of the talent more.
Absolutely.
You understand? I need to pay attention.
And the crazy thing is, when you start out, there's so much discouragement because nobody knows you, all of that stuff. So you have to have that mental strength.
Yeah.
Right. But then slowly, even the people and the naysayers, once you now are a little bit successful.
Thulani, we're not getting into that one, please. I am that statement winds me up. So chill. We're not getting into that one, but you know what? We need to keep going and supporting each other regardless. Regardless of how time was there, but Mamuri I I know. And we actually have people watching through. We're following. Thank you so much, Eddie, for Eddington is actually based in Edmonton. He's a really talented theater performer, actor, everything. He's amazing. And
Lovely.
Francis Maguta, I guess Karekwacho, they would say, oh, Thulani uyu wema guitar. Exactly. I think this person just recently joined.
So many times ndakataurwa kakawandisisa wema guitar, and it's just so not cool, but I mean
it is what it is. Anyway, you know what? And guess what? Right now you're chilling with After 5 Radio and Miss Tando Amy because of my guitar wayo. Oh, bless your heart, Thulani. I love you, man. So, were there any other artists like growing up? Of course, we back home, were influenced with Western music, which is R&B and stuff, right? But then, were there any other artists? Because I find some people have, different genres, that they listen to. But what was were there any other artists or genres you grew up listening to that actually shaped your style? Because we see that you're actually sing love songs and more of a Trevor Longo kind of vibe, but, more on the Shona side. Yeah.
Yeah. So my music taste is very eclectic, right? And you'll find that even when people are riding with me in the car, my playlist is just like no other playlist, because I can go from country to R&B to hip hop to sungura to whatever, right? But growing up, to answer your question, I listened to a lot of music. Kumbakwedu, we had my LPs, and people might not know what an LP is, but my dad had a collection in my LPs, and so I used to every morning listen to Peaches and Herb, which is an old 1970 type of group. I used to listen to Wavui. I used to listen to like all of different types of genres. I will say that as I was now in my teens, I was now leaning towards a lot of Babyface, Kirk Franklin. I'm a big Kirk Franklin fan. Yeah. And I know R. Kelly has got some issues, but R. Kelly was also a big influence.
Yeah, he was.
And so even from a Zimbabwean perspective, Ana Fortune Parutsa, is a hero of mine. Ana Prince Mafukidze, Simon Chimbetu. Oh my gosh, I'm a big Simon Chopa fan.
Oh no, that guy was talented.
That guy was ridiculously talented.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, I only started appreciating them music when I actually left Zimbabwe.
Yeah. You're not the only one. I also never used to understand Tuku's music until I came here.
Exactly.
I used to understand it. Yeah.
Like Tuku, Chimbetu, all of these Zimbabwean artists.
Yeah.
Yeah. And mainly because Tirikumba, it wasn't as cool, I think, back in those days. Fast forward now, we have our own stars, homegrown stars, the Jar Praisers, the Gemmas, the Takuras, all of these guys. And so now it's different from back in those days, because now the sonically, the music production is now way better. Kudara, Pampane, that 100% local talent, whatever, music.
But you know what? I actually liked that era. A lot of people hated that era. I loved that era.
It was painful.
Yeah.
Because how to mix, and if you look at the Terra sound quality, but it helped us to have our own industry, our own sound. All those artists to now come out and say, you know what? Those grants, and then also technology.
Yeah.
Now people could actually have their own DAW on their computer, and they could, record Pachao, and so, yeah.
Oh dear. You know what? I really love that era, but a lot of people actually, they think I'm crazy. But then again, I'm music crazy. So,
Chamembe period.
Dude, the Chamembe period, the Gutiro period, the whole,
Do you remember the Future album, Delani Makalima, Step Aside?
That's what I wanted to say. And then Thulani's own part, right? And then now I love the fact that they actually had a moment. I don't know if you followed where they were going back in time, checking where the Chamembe people are and how they started. I'll send you the link it's on YouTube. And
please send it to me.
And you get to see how some of the producers kind of, accepted these musicians, how they switched from Thulani to Tech 5 and
Tech 5, yes.
And then you're like, oh, really? So when you get to see their journeys and stuff like that. So this is another thing where I actually appreciate having to do this as an interview people. And as I say, you know what, Andy, I think I need to catch up with these people. I need to talk to these people and find out where they're at, what they're doing, because there's something that we need to learn from that. Because some of them, they're now actually coming back, and you find that there were kind of hurdles afterwards, right? Where they were now be challenges of bringing back again Western music, and then now not being recognized. And then now you're like, oh God, I think the 100% was really good and beneficial.
Was good for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Was good for us. It was excellent, because right now, American music, Chet.
I tell you, I'm just ready the 2BG era. Yes, two boys and a girl.
Yes.
No, you know what? I know there's a lot to talk about, and I wanted to save you time because you know what? I'm all about time. Right? I got you. So we're definitely going to be having a part 2 for those who actually tuned in. Thank you so much for tuning in right now. We're just going to kind of cut it off from here. And as you've heard the conversation, there's more to unpack on, Peter's journey and even just the music industry. It actually helps to be sitting down with a producer who's able to get into every genre and understand the music industry, and actually coming all the way from Africa and then here in the Western world, and then learning to appreciate the music. Trust me, you're not the only one. I've also gotten to say, oh my gosh, this is what Tuku meant, Gudi. Don't forget where you come from. Don't forget where.
Exactly. Yeah. I love my country. I love my country. I love my people. I love the language. Yeah. Even if you listen to Uzere, it's really poetic.
Yeah.
Shona, and it's one of those languages. Shona,
exactly.
It's so beautiful.
Right.
It really embraces our culture. So,
bless your heart. But thank you so much, Peter Thulani. It's actually an honor right now. I am still excited because we're going to be having a part 2. So I cannot wait for that one because there's a whole lot to unpack. So everybody feel free. Right now we're going to, thank you so much, Randy. Randy's amazing. I've worked with Randy before. I've actually been on Randy's show. So he's a really phenomenal actor and writer. And he's amazing. So definitely we're going to hang out with you again. We'll plan it because we actually have a lineup, which is crazy. Yes. Okay. Definitely we'll hang out again, and people do come through and get to know who Peter is and get to know his journey and his perspective about the music industry. But as for now, we're going to stay and hang out while we let Peter go because he has an appointment, and we're going to be playing his music so you can get a feel for those who are music.
Please play the music, play the oldies, the new one. Uzere is out, so
All right, no worries. Thank you so much, Peter. I'm going to let you go. But anyway, I have good news. I have good news for everyone else who's actually still tuned in. It is Black History Month this month. But before I give you the good news, let's play one of Peter Thulani's songs. And his latest release right now is Uzere. And like I said, we were talking here, saying that his music is love. It's all about love. It's all about, especially Zimbabweans. You understand Mkatera music. I go to who? Okay, let's hear Kuti. What kind of love is this guy talking about? But my favorite, we're going to play it after this. And those who've actually been following Tough Love Giggles, you already know because I actually abused this song on air so many times. I'm still playing it on my end, really. But we're going to start off with Uzere, so please do enjoy.
Pururudza minamato yangu yose Nyadunga Vapa, Chafamba Newe. As you all say, baby, Sikanditsike. Nasi Nari Chafamba Nae. As you all say, baby, Sikanditsike. Nasi Nari Mungu.
I think we're actually muted. I am actually seeing a mic here saying you are muted. I just hope, let's see. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you can hear me. Oh my gosh. But I think on radio you could actually hear me, but then on air live, I think you couldn't. But anyway, I was saying, for those who are actually tuning in, thank you so much for tuning in to Tough Love Giggles on your number one online radio station, After 5 Radio. I am your host, aka the hype lady, Miss Tando Amy, holding it down all the way from Canada. And earlier on, we're actually hanging out with the talented and phenomenal Mr. Peter Thulani, who is a singer, songwriter, producer, based all the way in Texas, but Zimbabwean born. And we're actually getting to know who he is, because funny enough, when I actually got on radio, I bumped into his music, or stumbled into his music, and I actually thought it was new, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, Andy, how come you didn't tell me about this person? You know, I love this music. And I remember vividly as I was introducing him, I was like, oh yeah, listen to this new jam, you know, and it is the song that I'm playing in the background, only to go on his, what do you call it, to check on YouTube where you get the dates and whatever, and I was like, 2016, what? I'm like, where is this guy? And then we tried to go on Spotify to check him out and what have you. But you actually heard him say, sometimes life lives, So life was lifing at that moment and what have you. But then now he's coming back with a bang. And also during that moment where we were trying to figure where he's at and what he's doing, he actually got to produce a couple of gospel music for some gospel artists, and that we've actually got to hang out with right here on After5 Radio. But he actually sings love music, which is so phenomenal. We love his music, and you should check out his videos on YouTube. But anyway, so definitely we're going to be having a part 2 because we had to let him go. There's an urgent appointment that he needed to attend to, but so do stay tuned for a part 2 with the talented Peter Thulani. But right now, the good news that I have for you guys, the good news, drum rolling. This is exciting. Okay, so the good news that we have, we're actually celebrating Black History Month. And I am so proud and excited and honored. And I don't know, I have so many emotions announcing this news because we've never really done this. And it is, especially for me, it's actually stepping out of my comfort zone. As you can see, I am a talker. Yes, I am a talker. So I actually MC events as well as do red carpets and stuff like that. But this time around, as we celebrate Black History Month, this Friday, February 14th, on Valentine's Day, 2025, at SAIT, alongside other incredible we're going to be celebrating Black History Month at SAIT, is what I meant to say. At SAIT, alongside other incredible Black-owned businesses in Calgary. So be sure to stop by. We're going to be having the After5 Radio booth. So do stop by and say hello, because guess what? We've got some awesome freebies waiting just for you. So we have a lot to give away, so you can spread the word what After5 Radio is all about. And for those who've actually followed, who've been following After5 Radio, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for your love and support, not only for the radio station, but for our Zimbabweans in the diaspora initially. And now we've actually grown to supporting Africans in the diaspora because we actually have been getting so many requests from other parts of musicians from other parts, not even just musicians, creators from other parts of Africa who kept asking, can I be on your radio? And I'm like, I'm sorry, we only cater for Zimbabweans out here in the diaspora, but then we're now open to, hanging out with anybody and everybody who's African-born, African-based, African talent. So yes, this is why we are changing the narrative. Yeah, we're changing the narrative. So do come through on our booth. We're going to be having lots of nice goodies, and yeah, and I look forward to seeing you. It's quite interesting because I've never really had a booth, right? So I look forward to it. But yeah, it is actually exciting. That's the good news that I had for you. And we still have quite a bit more, but do stay tuned for that. And right now I am going to get back to playing Peter Thulani's music until for the next 20 minutes, so you can get a feel of who Peter is, what kind of music that does he sing. And yeah, do stay tuned to part 2 that we're actually going to be planning very soon, darlings. But for now, let's play one of my favorite songs by Mr. Peter Thulani, entitled Go, No Contender. But anyway, here it is. Enjoy.
I just want to show you that Zimbabwean type of love. I buy a chauffeur, I buy a plane, I'll fly you far away from pain. Over water, I'll find a way. Let go. There's no contender in my heart. See center. Ndiwe une moyo wangu contender. In my heart, she's the center. Niwe une moyo wangu every day. Ane moyo wangu every day. I know her heart, it's not like paper. One day you have it, tomorrow vapor. Instead of tears, she gives me laughter. We compliment each other, say bread and butter. Here's my shoulder, lean on me. When it's cold, cling to me. This time I won't let go, my love. This time I won't let go. There's no contender. In my heart, she's the center. Ndiwe une moyo wangu every day. Ane moyo wangu.
Actually, you know what?
There's no contender. In my heart.
You should watch the video for this song on YouTube. Actually, follow Peter Thulani. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to Peter Thulani. Oh, I think it's Thulani Music. I will double check that before we sign off today on YouTube. Do support our brother on YouTube. And yeah, he's got really amazing videos. And for 2016, it was really good quality. And I can imagine now because he has a lot more that's coming. And he also mentioned that he's got new collaborations that are coming soon. So we look forward to that, and stay tuned for those, really. And I look forward to them, really. So yes, follow our brother Peter Thulani on Instagram as well. His handle is at Peter Thulani, but also don't forget to subscribe to his YouTube channel, Peter Thulani or Thulani Music. But I'll double check and definitely let you know before we go today.
There's no contender. In my heart, she's the center. Moyo wangu every day, baby. Moyo wangu every day. There's no contender. Una. In my heart, she's the center. Oh, baby. Moyo wangu every day. Moyo wangu every day. There's no contender. Una. In my heart, she's the center. Una. Moyo wangu every day. Moyo wangu every day. This is not a game. Had to look twice when she walked through the door. She walked through the door. African girl, come and dance on the floor. Come and dance on the floor. I told her she looked so super fly. She smiled. This big super guy. The only way I give you a chance. Do the Zimbo dance. Quiero una Lagos. Baby, for you too crazy. Quiero una Kenya. Baby, for you too crazy. Quiero una Ghana. Baby, for you too crazy. Baby, you make me crazy. You make me do the Zimbo dance. I'm solo da bata. I'm solo da bata. I'm solo da bata. I'm solo da bata. She winked at me and knew Jazo Itabo. Told her she looks so super fly. She smiled. This big super guy. The only way I give you a chance. Do the Zimbo dance. Quiero emuli longwe. Baby, for you too crazy. Quiero emulu saka. Baby, for you too crazy. Quiero na Congo. Baby, for you too crazy. Baby, you make me crazy. You make me do the Zimbo dance. I'm solo da bata. 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 down, break it down. Waita kuti nitambe baby, waita kuti niimbe baby. Saka patamsana tenderera, patamsoro tenderera, sanyare baby tenderera, chimiro chakonga chitenderere, yapano tenderera, tambaneni tenderera, chimo chakonga chitenderere. You make me do the symbol dance. Patamsoro da bata, patamsoro da bata, patamsoro da bata, patamsoro da bata, tenderera, 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 tenderera. Patamsoro da bata, patamsoro da bata, patamsoro da bata, patamsoro da bata, tenderera, 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 tenderera. Patamsoro da bata, patamsoro da bata, patamsoro da bata, patamsoro da bata, tenderera, 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 tenderera. Patamsoro da bata, patamsoro da bata, patamsoro da bata, patamsoro da bata. Bakoma mangu vakatadisa, neni zuari menchadadisa, pauriwe mdiwa, shendo anosira, wachani tarita, kutini weti sazo, paratane, naneta kujichagirando, jisiraishe, shera kandiri bisa. Nichaguwe pamwe, nichagungunira imwezuwa asipari. Zino amari sei nakandaya, oh niratite sanaganaka, anemoyo akafawa, oh niratite sanaganaka. Sondina tisendainda, uchake wako anodadisa, pamurimi amai, mutaireishe, nichagamirira kutini, nayeti wetisazo, paratane, naneta kujichagirando, jisiraishe, shela kandirimisa, nichaguwe pamwe, nichagungunira imwezuwa asipari. Zino amari sei nakandaya, oh niratite sanaganaka, anemoyo akafawa, oh niratite sanaganaka. just wanna show you that Zimbabwean type of love. I buy a choker, I buy a plane, I'll fly you far away from pain. Over water, I'll find a way to bring you over. You will stay. Here's my shoulder, lean on me. When it's colder, cling to me. This time I won't let go, my love. This time I won't let go. There's no contender in my heart. She's center. Ndiwe une moyo wangu every day. Ane moyo wangu every day. There's no contender in my heart. She's center. Ndiwe une moyo wangu every day. Ane moyo wangu every day. I know her heart, it's not like paper. One day you have it, tomorrow paper. Instead of tears, she gives me laughter. We compliment each other, say bread and butter. Here's my shoulder.
All right, so as we're about to log off,
When it's cold, cling to me. This time I won't let go, my love. This time I won't let go. There's no contender in my heart. She's center. Ndiwe une moyo wangu.
all right, as we're about to log off,
Moyo wangu.
I would like to say to amazing listeners and viewers,
In my heart. She's center.
thank you so much for tuning into your favorite online radio station,
Moyo wangu every day.
celebrating Africans in the diaspora.
Let's dance.
So if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do subscribe to After5 Radio, guys. It actually keeps us going.
Baby,
Also, don't forget to hit that like button and share this episode so people can know that we actually have a part 2 as well.
every day.
So let's keep keeping up.
No contender in my heart.
And also, I'd like to wish you all a happy Black History Month. Don't forget to come through at SAIT next week, Friday, between the hours of 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. By the way, I forgot to mention the time. So, yes, that's where we're going to be hanging out together and in person between the hours of 11 and 1 a.m. at 6.
Moyo wangu every day. Moyo wangu every day. This is not.
So with that being said, I'm going to be closing off with his latest single entitled Uzere, and this is actually the jazz remix. Those who actually tuned in earlier on, we played you like the, what do you call it, the original, and this is the jazz remix. I hope you enjoy it. But until next time, stay inspired, stay connected, and keep celebrating the culture. This is your host, aka the Hype Lady, Miss Tando Amy, signing off with love. Cheers, take care, God bless you, and I love you. Mwah. Bye.
Pakati perima Yaona mwenje Makore apatanuka Irozizedenga Kururuta Minamato yangu yose Nyadinga vapa Chifamba newe Azuose baby Sikanditsike Nasi nari Chifamba nae Azuose baby Sikanditsike Nasi nari ni Mungu Moyo wangu uze nerudorako mundiwa Pakati pegwenga yawana mvura nofefeterwa nekuti mumvuri ndiwe ngero zidzerenga topururudza Doimba Osana Awana wake Chifamba newe Zua ose baby Sikanditsike Nasi nari Chifamba nae Zua ose baby Sikanditsike Nasi nari moyo wangu Uzere Nerudoro wako Wandiza tisa moyo wangu Uzere Nerudoro wako Wandiwa Perima yaona mwenje makore apatanuka chiedza ndiwe I just want to show you that Zimbabwean type of love. I buy a choker, I buy a plane, I'll fly you far away from pain. Over water, I'll find a way to bring you over. You will stay. Here's my shoulder, lean on me. When it's colder, cling to me. This time I won't let go, my love. This time I won't let go. There's no contender in my heart. She's center. Ndiwe une moyo wangu every day. Ane moyo wangu every day. There's no contender in my heart. She's center. Ndiwe une moyo wangu every day. Ane moyo wangu every day. I know her heart, it's not like paper. One day you have it, tomorrow vapor. Instead of tears, she gives me laughter. We compliment each other, say bread and butter. Here's my shoulder, lean on me. When it's colder, cling to me. This time I won't let go, my love. This time I won't let go. There's no contender in my heart. She's center. Ndiwe une moyo wangu every day. Ane moyo wangu. in my heart. Niwe une moyo wangu every day. Ane moyo wangu every day. Let's dance. Gamba, gamba. Chuno, gamba. Chibaiso. Baby, gamba. Hey, hey. Good night. There's no contender in my heart. She's the center. Every day, there's no contender in my heart. She's the center. Moyo wangu every day, baby. Moyo wangu every day. There's no contender. Una in my heart. She's the center. Baby. Moyo wangu. This is not a game. Twice when she walked through the door. African girl, come and dance on the floor. Come and dance on the floor. I told her she looks so super fly, she smiled. This big super guy, the only way I give you a chance. Do the Zimbo dance. Quiero una Lagos, baby, for you's too crazy. Quiero una Kenya, baby, for you's too crazy. Quiero una Ghana, baby, for you's too crazy. Baby, you make me crazy. You make me do the Zimbo dance. Patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata. Tenderera, 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 tenderera. Patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata. Tenderera, 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 tenderera. The way her body moves, who can ignore? Who can ignore? She winked at me and knew Jazorita Bo. Jazorita Bo. I told her she looks so super fly, she smiled. This big super guy, the only way I give you a chance. Do the Zimbo dance. Quiero emuli longwe, baby, for you's too crazy. Quiero emulu saka, baby, for you's too crazy. Quiero una Congo, baby, for you's too crazy. Baby, you make me crazy. You make me do the Zimbo dance. Patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata. Tenderera, 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 tenderera. Patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata. Tenderera, 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 tenderera. Break it down, break it down, break it down. Waita kuti ni tambe baby, waita kuti ni imbe baby. Saka patam sana tenderera, patam soro tenderera, sanyare baby tenderera, chimiro chaponga chitenderere, yapano tenderera, tambaneni tenderera, chino chaponga chitenderere. You make me do the Zimbo dance. Patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata. Tenderera, 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 tenderera. Patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata, patam soro da bata. Tenderera, 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 tenderera. I'm solo na bata. But I'm solo na bata. Tenderera, tenderera, come on, tenderera, come on, tenderera, 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 tenderera.